Hi guys, how are you? In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle and be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. And may God rebuke him, we humbly pray. And do thou, Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, cast into hell Satan and all the evil spirits who prowl around the world, seeking the ruin of souls. Amen. Yes, little girl, show me a cute little piggy. Say hello, say hello. Hello. Okay. All right, why don't you sit on the bed or something? Okay, I just want to kind of be brief. I always say that. I've started this video 3 times already. Stop, please, Octavia. And I just forgot what I was going to say. That's helpful. Oh, stop picking on disabled people. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with people who, just because someone doesn't look disabled doesn't mean that they're not disabled? Even doctors. So I haven't been here in a while. I have had 2 surgeries in the last 9 months since I have been hanging out on my videos. I have been very busy in the last 4 or 5 months. 5 months, reading and praying for the members of the Auxiliary and Christi Norum, and I'm getting attacked a lot. I would not suggest starting those prayers before a surgery. That was not the wisest thing I could do. I had a few complications with the second surgery, nerve problems, and demons love to get in your nerves, especially the lower back. Oh my goodness, they love that, because they can take a nerve and shoot it all the way down your leg. They can take a nerve and make you the most miserable person in the world. That you know, suicide, it could be a thought. It could be very, very damaging. And the only thing that got me through, no pills got me through. I couldn't even, not even Oxycontin helped. It was a few weeks that were pretty damaging and very very hard. And those are the days that I prayed more, that I read the Bible more, especially Psalms. I read every single psalm that the Lord would send me to on demonic warfare and deliverance prayers. Wow, talk about some pain. But I am walking. I have been walking freely on my own for a couple months. I was in physical therapy for over 6 months. And I just recently, so I lost my surgeon. Oh, where's that hair coming from? After my surgeries, I heard through the grapevine, which was my physical therapist, that my doctor, my surgeon, was leaving to go to a different medical facility altogether that didn't even take my insurance. And he was taking his PA with him, his physical physician's assistant with him, whom I fell madly in love with. Just a great person, just great rapport. Both of them were wonderful. In the last 9-10 months, the last year that I've known them, I've really gotten to know them really well. I mean, you know, so I'm in there a lot. And I literally intimately cut into my body. And my doctor had such amazing bedside manner that even the nurses, the other doctor, I mean, he was just, I can't say what anymore what a great guy he is. So then yesterday I had to wait 5 weeks to go see a new surgeon. My knees are supposed to be next. So if nobody understands what I have, my so-called illness is end stages of osteoarthritis from the waist. I have it everywhere. I need to get my elbows checked. I just don't know what stage it's in. My right hand's really going, and my wrists, my neck, anywhere, my jaw, anywhere where I have. I'm laughing about it because it's just like that ridiculous. Anywhere that you have cartilage, the osteoarthritis can destroy. And in the end, around September, August, September of 2019. I was still working a full-time job, and barely, because I had insomnia so bad. Yeah, demonics love insomnia, especially when you have to do something important in the morning, like go to church or go somewhere for a volunteer for just anything good, anything that's going to serve your soul and help you to get to heaven. The demonic is going to be there on you, literally on your behind, on the backside, which I say, get off my, yeah. I still honestly think the way that my doctor was offered a new job like that and he left, even his PA said that it was completely unexpected. It wasn't that he was looking for anything. They literally came to him and offered it to him. It was one of those jobs that you can't refuse. So me in the back of my mind going, oh yeah, the devil actually just offered him a job. And I've been praying so much more for them. The medical industry that he's going to, which I'm not going to name their name because I can't stand them either, is they need them. And that's what I said. I said, well, as much as I'm hurt, I feel completely abandoned along with so many other patients of his. I know that he's needed elsewhere and that the Lord's he'll use him for his good. He's a good man, very good man. He's young. Gosh, I don't even think he's in his 40s yet. Very good man. So I had 3 surgeons to pick from in my area. I could have went outside of my area. I just, would drive in the paratransit bus or riding it and trying to do things on my own without asking my adult children to help me all the time because they have lives too. I decided to go to meet her yesterday by myself. And yesterday was the Assumption of Mother Mary. So I went to Mass in the morning. Had a beautiful, beautiful wake up in the morning. It took me 3 alarms to get up, but because I got woken up at midnight the night before and could not sleep at all until my 6 o'clock prayers. I had 3 alarms set on my 6 o'clock prayers for the Auxilium Christianorum. Prayed that, barely could get up, but I did. I forced myself. I got up. I went to Mass, enjoyed it. Beautiful weather out where I live, so it was already like in the 90s before I got home. It's like 8:30 in the morning, and went out to I got there early. I took my scooter. Okay, so I took my mobility scooter. That's what started the whole thing. I'm walking, but my knees are still excruciating. My right knee is bone to bone. My left knee has been destroyed since I was like 11. And the left knee is so different. I can't even explain. If you touch it, I don't let people touch, even get near it, because I think I have like floating dead cartilage. I have something floating. I told her there's something floating in there and it will pop my knee. I know I've had it dislocated a couple times. I actually had it dislocated during my second delivery because I had cesareans, and I didn't, I was on morphine. I didn't know that he dislocated my knee until I woke up, later, or went back to my room and tried to walk later. I had a problem. So then I have to physically dig in the knee to move whatever's in there. And it could take weeks. It could take an hour. Sometimes it's right away, but it won't, whatever it does, it'll lock my knee that I can't move it. I can't, kneel on it. I can't sleep. I can't get in a position, even a fetal position with it. So it's hard to explain if you don't have any problems. And this knee. So yesterday she's very critical when I met her about my mobility scooter. And I shouldn't have to explain 5 different times that I don't have a vehicle. I gave my vehicle away to my son who doesn't live with me, as a family. And I take the ADA bus to get there. I don't think just because I look this way doesn't mean that I am not free of excruciating pain. I don't take medications. I take Celebrex once a week, if that. I really try not to even do that. But I will take one 200 milligram of the Celebrex and one 500 milligram of the acetaminophen, which is Tylenol, that I get it from my, from the doctor, from the pharmacy. And it helps me survive, literally. If I were to take it every day, I would feel like I'm floating on air. It's amazing. But what it does to your system and your heart and everything else is not good. So I tried to take it. I was taking it after my second surgery because it was so amazing. I started taking it every morning at 6 a.m. during when I get woken up with my prayers. And I really noticed the difference until I started getting indigestion really bad. That it was so bad that it started waking up in the middle of the night with it. And that's very unusual for me. And I know that could be an early warning sign of a heart problem or a heart attack. And the research that I've done on the Celebrex is very harmful to the body. There's people on the comments and the reviews that are like, why is this not off the market yet? And then there's other people, I literally cannot survive without taking this. And it's a game changer. It really is. But I'm not here to live my life. I'm not living for me. I'm living for God. I don't live for myself. So therefore, if I'm not having pain, I don't have anything to offer the world. That's the way I look at it. Yes, I offer my good works. Yes, I offer all my supplications. But the pain that I'm in is so excruciating that sometimes I feel guilty if I don't feel it. I know. It's probably a Catholic thing, right? But the Lord's done so much for me. And He's showed me so much mercy. Especially not really transitioning, we're just leaving the new age completely behind. And it's so frustrating because everything is done for this new age. BS. So where else was I going with this? So when I left there, she told me she could offer me the replacement surgery for my right knee. But she goes, I can't offer you it for your left knee because your left knee doesn't have osteoarthritis the way the right knee does. Right away, that upset me enough because she was already criticizing me. I don't understand it. You could walk. Why did you bring this mobility scooter in here? Like I said, I had to explain again. I took the bus. You were like 3 towns over from me. This is my vehicle. So it looks like I might. Anybody out there that is in my area in the state of Northern California who has a beater that can get me to A to B and maybe a couple towns over for doctor's appointments? I guess that maybe it's time that I look for. I really didn't think maybe I'd try for the rest of my life. I don't know. Yeah, it's totally inconvenient. The bus is very inconvenient. They pick me up so early. I had to wait 45 minutes for them to pick me back up. I had to wait 45 minutes at the doctor's office before I was seen. Because I want to make sure, one thing, I get there on time. They want to make sure I get there on time. And I explained to her I would have just brought the walker, which I really don't even need that walker right now. But I still have bone to bone on the L6, or is it L5? I think it was L5, whatever it is. And I have bone to bone on my neck, which I'm not even dealing with that. I have to get an MRI for that. So now I have no surgeries scheduled. I don't even know if I'm going to have the surgeries. This is up to the Lord completely. If he wants to heal me, so be it. I mean, he could heal me like that. Doesn't matter. If he wants me to not be healed, if he wants me to be healed, it's up to him. And that's what I told him. It's up to you. If 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 this doctor is a good doctor, your doctor, which he knows what I mean. If this is a godly person, then so be it. But she also said, I said the right knee. I said, wow, I'm really shocked that the right knee is worse than the left knee. Because once they did the left hip surgery, it really freed up a lot of pain in my left knee. And that's what he said it would do. So the hips, if you have a problem with your hip and the doctors told you, nothing's going to get better until you get that hip changed out. I'm telling you, it was the best thing I ever did. And yes, it took a very long time. I'm very grateful I did it. But I feel like I had the Lord behind me to set me up with a good surgeon, good people, good nurses, a good whole medical, the whole, from my medical insurance, all the way trickle down to, being able to get a mobility scooter when I still had a little money in the bank. And I finally had been deemed disabled by the American Association. So I'm ADA disabled. And under their rules, I have been disabled since 2019, since I originally filed, and they denied me right away. And anybody who is filling out those forms, be thorough, be as thorough as you can. And that's what she said. They only approved my disability with one hip. They don't know anything else about everything else that I'm riddled with the osteoarthritis throughout my body. So if I have to live with these rocks, that's what I feel like, these rocks in my knees or whatever, so be it. I will. I mean, I've lived with this much pain all my life. Why not? I won't be able to wear like high heels. I'm not really into high heels anyway. I have a couple little cute little wedgies that are really high that I would love to be able to wear again. But if the knees don't get done, I'm not messing with that. That's kind of dangerous. And so anyway, I had mentioned to the surgeon yesterday, the right knee has been excruciating when I kneel down. I didn't say kneel down for church and pray and everything, because I kneel down at least 3 times a day. And since I've had the second surgery, I deliberately do that. Before I was just like praying in bed because I couldn't move. I couldn't even get to the ground to do that. So it feels like a nerve. It feels like the kneecap is deteriorating, but I honestly don't know what the heck's going on in there. But I know I'm already bone to bone. That's a no-brainer. So then she said, well, I'm going to tell you right now that after the surgeries, you might not ever be able to kneel again. She says, because most people complain about the incision, because the incision is going to be right in the middle of my knee. And I'm thinking, you don't know me. You don't know what I go through. You don't know that pain to me is an offering to my God for sinners and my sins, and for the reparations of and the conversions of humanity. So I'm not saying it's just me. There's a lot of us doing this, but somebody's got to do it. Why not? Somebody's got to do it. Even if a tear comes out of my eye, I always tell the Lord to not waste that tear on me. Give it, offer it, offer everything, offer your breathing, offer your boredom, offer every single thing you can to the Lord, for the help of your own family, for the help of yourself, for the help of the reparation and sins of this world. Because I don't know how much more it could take. I don't know how much I could take. Lord, how much more? The children, it's not right at all. So at this point, I have nothing scheduled. I don't even have another day scheduled with her, but I'm waiting for a call today, I hope, because she did send in my Celebrex, so that's at least a one good thing. So I do have a Celebrex waiting for me. And now I'm supposed to be getting a scheduled, MRI on the left leg, on the left knee. And I don't want to be arrogant about it, but she was arrogant. She was rude. My feelings were so hurt and crushed just the way she treated me that I cried for a half hour before my bus came. It was like, don't let her do this to you. She doesn't know you. So at the time, my son had texted me for something else, and he didn't know that I was doctors. And I told him what was happening. And that's the first thing he said is, she does not know you at all. So when you see somebody at Costco that looks completely healthy, and I'm really crying this, I'm really crying in front of people. So if you see someone in a wheelchair, maybe they look overweight and that's why they can't walk. You don't know their life. You have no reason to judge them. Hang on. I'm gonna try to wipe somebody's tears. Like I say, Lord, use these tears for someone, for whatever you need them for. Don't waste them, ever. So I've noticed that when my son takes me to Costco, it's really bad. The last few times I've went, I've been able to get one of those, the shopping cart scooters. It drives so much slower than my scooter. But people are so rude. And then I was at church a couple weekends ago. I mean, I'm there every Sunday, most every Sunday. And where I park my scooter, because this month alone, wow, it's been I've been able to walk 5 times down to get my Holy Communion. I've been walking. So I mean, that's just like, people don't know what you've been through. They don't know that I didn't walk for 5 years. They didn't know that I could barely get out of bed or even stretch my arm to reach something in the closet. It's, if you haven't been what I call attacked, then you don't know what these people have been through. You don't know. So when you see someone and you huff and puff and you roll your eyes because you can't get to your rotisserie chicken fast enough because my scooter's in the way, have a little class. These people are so into themselves and so selfish that they don't even have time to look at your face and smile. It's sad and disgusting. And it seems like, I don't know what it is about Costco, but it seems like it's really bad there. And it really doesn't matter which one. I've been to a few. So it's not just my town. But you don't know what people are going through. I had someone physically, it looked like she went out of her way to walk in front of me with my walker and bump me in the shoulder. I thought my son was going to kill her. And that's when my little voice gets loud. And the last time we were at Costco a couple weeks ago, that happened. And I finally turned around. It was like the third person that was just like thwarting my walk. I mean, just thwarting my path to get there. I finally stared at them in the eye and I said, "Am I invisible? Do you not see me?" And they're so selfish and inconsiderate and so into themselves. They didn't even I don't even think they cared, let alone listen to what I said. So when you see somebody, why don't you have like I said, even just a little tiny little smidgen of class. You don't have to help them if you're that selfish. But why don't you just take a step away? So at church a few weeks ago, this couple comes in. They always come in late, which is a real pet peeve of mine. And they fall asleep as soon as the homily starts. To me, that is a demonic attachment. That is an oppression. And they're always talking about every single other person in church. I can't stand it. Well, last weekend, they got there late. I was not paying attention. I was listening to, Father C. And I smelled this. I started coughing. I started gagging. And then I realized that she had just walked in. She was standing next to me. I'm very small. Oh, and by the way, I'm 4'10" now. I'm not 4'11" and a half. So we're not even going to discuss that right now. So she's at least like 5'11". I mean, she's a big woman, okay? Luckily, the air conditioning was on, and I was sitting next to it where my scooter was because I had to get fresh air. That's how bad it was. And I'm sensitive anyway to perfumes, but that made me miserable. And I had to scoot away from them. It's the first time they've sat in my area. Normally they sit in front of me because that's how I watch them fall asleep. And it's like, oh Lord, have mercy. I mean, like fall asleep, like your head's gonna fall asleep. That's and it happens as soon as he comes up there for the homily. It is very, very weird. And she gives me a dirty look every time I'm there, and she looks at my scooter and then looks at me and gives me a smug look. I don't like that. I shouldn't be judging her for the way she's judging me, but I don't. Why? Why are people so mean to people that are who are disabled? You don't know them. You don't know what they're going through. So try to have some kind of heart, because this society is disgusting. And I do know that there's religions, there are cultures who believe that the disabled should be dead, that they shouldn't even be alive. You sicken me. I'm just letting you know now. So I might be challenged more with my mobility scooter. I guess I could have left it somewhere. I mean, it wasn't in anybody's way. It was parked out of the way in the room, but she was just so rude about everything. I just don't feel like she's the surgeon for me at all. So I'm waiting for this MRI to see what we see, because I told her there's something floating. This is a very old injury. It's been drained. The knee's been drained. It's been dislocated a few times. It's very, very weak. It needs to be rebuilt, if anything. The kneecap goes that way. It isn't even straight ahead. Honestly, neither one of my kneecaps is that way, but the right one's definitely better. If you're looking at the knees, just physically looking at them, the right one looks so much better than the left one. But I'm in shorts and I'm in a tank top and I have gained weight. I always gain weight in the summer. It's just in the fall, maybe. So October, November, like my best times for losing weight. I've been able to paint my toenails. That was a big thing. I've been able, look at this, look at this, look at my leg up here and touch my toe. I couldn't do that. I just can't believe how different. It took a while. It took a while for my legs, this left leg actually, the hip or the right leg. Look how white my leg is compared to theirs. So I can walk. I can walk. Ooh, I can stand up straight. Look. Look. Sure. Look. I can stand up straight. I'm not like this anymore. Oh, sorry. But yeah. But I can now. Before I couldn't even do a stomach crunch because the pain hurt so much. It, like I said, it felt like there was something controlling my bones. I don't have the attacks in the middle of the night that my bones feel like they're being completely broken in half all the time. As a matter of fact, I barely get woken up. And I do not take things before I go to bed. I don't take something to make me sleep. Except I spray my room with holy water. I mean, I bless myself all the time. I can't even tell you how many times I've blessed myself with holy water during the day, because I have a font in front of my bedroom and I have a font in the front door. And can you see my, I don't think you can see my spray bottle. I have a spray, yeah, you can't see my spray bottle over there on my counter. I have a spray bottle, and then I have another bottle full of holy water. So I bless myself often during the day. And I still use the holy water on the pains if I do have pains. I still put the holy water on there. I haven't, I don't know if you can see my crucifix either. It's hanging on my lamp. But I haven't had to hold my crucifix on my hand to go to bed because I'm not getting attacked the way I was before. But I think it kind of went through my medical and attacked my medical and took my doctor away from me. But I'll survive it. I will survive it. And like I told the Lord when I left there yesterday, well, so be it. I told you, if we don't find a doctor who's going to do this, then we're not going to get them done at all. And I'll still get the elbows checked, but I think I'm just going to, as much as I can, suffer through. And that's about it. This is just another ramble that is kind of boring, but there is hope for osteoarthritis. I will go to my grave saying that osteoarthritis is an environmental thing. There is something in our environment that is eating our cartilage. And I'm sure it's our technology, but you know, everything else is a lie. That during this narrative, trying to divide and conquer all of us, it's not humanity that we need to worry about. It's the spiritual war that we are in. And until you realize that there is a creator that is fighting for you, God bless you. God bless you. And God bless all of us. In Jesus' name. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Have a blessed day. And go out and be nice to someone, especially if you don't know them. Amen. Ciao for now. God bless you.